Charles Oliveira comes out and admits that Islam Makhachev got in his head for the fight and made him fight in a way that was very irregular and inordinate for Charles Oliveira. I got to say, I was impressed by that. I thought that was very humble and realistic for Charles Oliveira to come out and admit that. There's a lot of guys who get in their head and get intimidated and they do something dumb and they just can never admit it, and they go their whole careers without admitting that, that person got in their head and made them weak, and because of that they performed a certain way. I think it's that, and I think he also underestimated Islam Makhachev, and I think he needs to acknowledge that as well, if not in public, definitely in private, because the way he came at Islam Makhachev, the way Charles Oliveira lunged in at Islam Makhachev and jumped at him with flying knees and threw these wild hooks from way too far of a distance out and left himself so exposed and so open. I think he also heavily underestimated Islam Makhachev, and I think Charles wanted to prove a point by, finishing Islam very quickly and letting the world know that he was the true champion. And I think he paid the ultimate price for it, because I remember when the fight started just being like, what is he doing? Like, he was just fighting in such a way that was not him. When he fought against specifically Gaethje and Dustin, his two fights before that, he was controlled. He was using his jab. He was using his teeps well. If they got too close, he was clinching and kneeing and elbowing, keeping them at a distance, landing strikes from the outside, mixing shots together really well, staying defensively responsible, still getting hit. He still needs to move his head and utilize his footwork better, but he looked like he was just improving and improving. I mean, Charles Oliveira was on top of the world there for a hot minute. He was on top of the world. Everyone was talking about this dude. And to go from that to just losing embarrassingly to Islam Makhachev, getting dropped, he got outstruck by Islam. And he's the better striker by far. Got outstruck, and he was able to get up, which was impressive from Islam. Volkanovski did that as well many times. But I don't think we had seen anyone get up from Islam Makhachev like Charles did when Islam took him down. But then eventually he got finished and he got tapped really quickly. And I think Charles was definitely too welcoming of Islam on the ground. I think he knows how dangerous Islam is, and he doesn't want to get into a jiu-jitsu match with him. Islam is not Dustin. He is not Justin. He is on another level in terms of wrestling and jiu-jitsu, and Charles does not want to go toe-to-toe with that. Charles needs to keep the standing. Charles needs to strike the way he did against Dustin and Justin, the way he's been, which is from a distance, using long-range weapons, using ones and twos, making you pay, keeping the volume high, making you go backwards, having an intelligent shot selection, and breaking your momentum and your base as much as he can. So if he can do that, it's going to be interesting. And, have a plan to, if he gets taken down, get up. Because the problem is a lot of his jiu-jitsu, a lot of his ground game is based on, I'll just let you take me down because I know I'm so much better than you there. I'm just going to beat you down there. I'll submit you. And he did this several times in the Justin and Dustin fight, where he would get dropped, or he would kind of fake getting dropped, and he would just lie flat on his back, and he'd be like, "Come on, here I am." He would just sit there and open guard. You cannot do that with Islam. You do that with Islam, you might get submitted again. And he has to have a game plan of getting back up, because he's probably going to get taken down more than once in the rematch. Cannot mess around down there. Yeah, he needs to get it. If he can keep this fight standing, Charles Oliveira, I think he wins actually quite easily. I think he can outstrike Islam very, very well. And I think he can, I don't know about easily. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I think he wins definitively, and I think he could definitely knock out Islam if he can keep it standing. If not, I think he's probably going to get submitted again. So it's going to be up to him as to how he wants to run back the game plan or change the game plan and implement it. I just thought that was very intelligent, and I thought that was very unique, because a lot of fighters, when they get beat, they cannot admit that they had anything to do with the loss. It's always some external circumstance. It's always this person, that person, the coach, the team, the fighter. I felt off. I slipped on a banana peel. My girlfriend broke up with me. I came out as gay before the fight. I mean, it's always like I came out of the closet right before the fight. Like it's always just some excuse that has nothing to do with them not performing well and making dumb decisions. And I have to say, I was very impressed by Charles Oliveira, who was willing to come out and say, no, I fought stupidly, and I don't plan on doing that again. So it'll be very interesting to see how this next fight goes, and to see the improvements and adjustments that he makes, because he does have to make a lot of them if he wants to win. So, see how that goes. My name is Angelo. This is The Art of Violence. And until next time.
You guys need to get hit by your dads a little bit more.
Okay.
Not even hit, not discipline. You guys don't need to be like, I didn't take out the trash, hit. You guys need to get like an alcoholic rage beating, and then you'll start fucking learning how to have, nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of the experts might have some questions about that, but you seem to know what you're doing.